YouTube. This is Melissa coming to you from the beautiful country roads of West Virginia, and today is February 28th, so it marks the beginning of my 2022 garden season. I haven't made a video in a long hot minute because this YouTube thing is hard, you know, it's a lot. So props to all you YouTube people out there who have it together. I've done a lot of projects over the winter. I redid my dining room, well, I got and redid a dining room table. I made a plant wall. I've been sewing some things. And each time I thought about making a video, and then I thought, I don't think people like watching me. But the only way to find my people is to keep trying. So, people, my channel is not for people who expect perfection. You don't know what you're doing. I'm just a girl who tries things. Some are successes, some are fails, but I will keep it real. I will keep it real on what germinated and grew and came to fruition and what didn't, and is probably something that I did. So, having said all that, today we're going to start some seeds. I'm going to start some cool weather crops in these bigger pea pellets. And I'm going to start some flowers in these smaller ones because a lot of times I don't have great luck with flowers. And if I need to pot them up, I will pot them up. If you need to purchase things, if you need things, I love these aluminum pans. They cost $1. You can fit, you know, several pea pellets of different sizes in them, or you can fit you know, reused containers in them. It makes it easy to bottom water. If you're starting in like these 6-packs, which I've done before, or, you know, whatever, these are just really easy because you can pitch them. I tend to move up. When I pot up, I tend to move them in containers more like this. Red Solo cups, styrofoam cups, super easy to pot your plants up in. You just have to make sure you have a drainage hole in the bottom, and you can fit several of them in here and it's sturdy enough to carry around. But you may not even need to do that. I hope I am not gonna have to pot these up. So these are pea pellets I ordered off Amazon. I am affiliated with no one. I'm a nobody. Just a girl who lives up a country road, has a dog, has a garden, you know, does the stuff and the things. So these are 36 millimeter pea pellets, and they are small. You know, they're small. You're not going to grow anything with a massive root system or that gets large in these, and they're going to stay in here for very long. I am going to plant some of these flowers in there. If they get big enough, or if they do well, I'll pot them up. If they don't, I'm not out these bigger pea pellets that I know plants can stay in there longer. These are 50 millimeter pea pellets, and they are much larger. You know, you can have a larger root system in there for a longer amount of time. If you want to use containers that you have on hand, you know, if you save any of this kind of stuff, which a lot of times I do, you just need to make sure that you have, this is just stuff I picked up at the store. Sometimes I will take one of these aluminum trays and I will pour, or I will put potting mix in it, and I will boil water in I use my teapot, you can use whatever, and I will pour boiling water on potting mix that I get from the store, just because I've had issues with fungus gnats. And Gary from the Rustic Garden, he did that, and so I did it too. And I just kind of feel better, like if there's something in there, it's going to die. But you also want to have some peat moss because it's lighter, it's fluffier, it's airier, and your seed will better germinate with some lightness. And I do use grow lights. I ordered shop lights from Home Depot. And then I ordered bulbs that go with them that are basically grow light bulbs. They have X amount of lumens and Kelvin and all that that you need to successfully grow your seeds. And I basically attached them to, I took empty milk jugs, filled them with sand, took pieces of PVC pipe and screws in the side of them so that I can move the lights up or down. There are other pieces of PVC pipe that I have that just have holes drilled in them, so the little hooks that come with the chains for the lights can just go in those holes. But either way, it makes it nice because you can move them up and down. It's all kind of recycled materials, which I think us gardeners like to recycle things. But these pea pellets, which again, I think that's super easy if you're new to all this. Just get you a cheap container, get you some peat pellets, and that's really all you need if you have a bright sunny window or if you just want to put a lamp on them. Grow lights come in light bulbs. So if you have a little table lamp, if you have anything, you can get a grow light bulb off Amazon. Amazon's just awesome for random things. And you can just set your table lamp, you know, and as long as it's pretty close, and then as they get big, move it back. I mean, that's easy peasy if you just want to grow a few things. If, you know, you can always make things work for you. I guess what I'm trying to say is if this is something you want to do, you don't need every cool setup that everybody has on YouTube. I love watching certain people garden. I love watching certain people start seeds. I don't have all that stuff. So it doesn't stop me. I still try, I still grow the things, and I still put them in the ground outside and just try it. If it's something that you want to do, I say try it. Get you a pot, get you a bag of dirt, get you a few peat pellets, and try it. So with these peat pellets, you pour warm water over them. I like to cover the tops. It seems like they fill up faster. Once they are done expanding, they will absorb no more water. And if you have water left over, you just pour it off. Pretty self-explanatory. They have little holes at the top. You take something, this is an old chopstick, you know, whatever. You pull the tops apart and you mix up the peat and the peat pellets. Now, if you had dirt over here and you were using these, again, you would pre-moisten your soil. You don't want to try to do this with dry soil. You want to put your potting mix in something and moisten it first. I would put it in a bowl or a container of some kind. You know, you want to be able to kind of grab it and not wring out water, but it be wet. And then fill up your containers and then fluff up the top, okay? You want to get your seeds, whatever you're starting. I've already done some broccoli and cauliflower. This is cabbage. This is a hybrid variety. I'm trying more hybrids this year because the last couple years I've been starting my own seeds. I have pretty much stuck with heirlooms. And some things just, they're not working as good as back in the day when I didn't know anything about anything and picked up seeds at the Walmart and threw them in the ground and left them. You know, I had stuff going on. So you want to take 2, 3, 4 seeds to ensure you have one that germinates, okay? And put them in each vessel, whether it be your pot or your 6-pack or your peat pellet or your egg carton or your eggshell or your orange peel or whatever it is that you have that you want to try. You just want to drop a few seeds in there, okay? I mean, that's probably more like 5 or 6, but whatever. Once you do that, you kind of want to lightly cover them the best you can and sort of pat them in. Now, I have this peat moss on hand, so I can just cover them up. And you could do that too. Then you can control how much is on top of there. You want to take a spray bottle or whatever and just water them in. Once that's done, you want to take some kind of label. These are plant tags. Again, I ordered off Amazon. I've used popsicle sticks. I've used lots of things. Popsicle sticks at the dollar store are $1 for a pack, and they do okay. Really, write on those with a pencil or a pen. The marker tends to bleed out, and then you can't read what you wrote. So learn from me. Just use a pencil or a pen. This is hybrid stonehead cabbage. So I'm gonna write stonehead cabbage. And I'm gonna label this whole row. So by putting them on the end, I know that these are broccoli, these are cauliflower, these are cabbage. That's basically the gist. You go through and you take your seeds, you sprinkle them in, you put some dirt on the top to cover them, you water them in, you label them, you put them under some light. If you are wanting to have a whole setup, there are tons of options for grow lights on Amazon. Like I said, I bought shop lights at Home Depot. They're pretty big. It gives me a lot of space and I like them. I'm going to plant all this stuff and then I'll show you at the end how they're all labeled and they're set up under their lights. I also am going to try to collect some data this year.
Yes, girl. Collect that data.
I'm not usually good at follow through, but I found this little picture chart online and I printed it out. It basically says the plant name, the indoor start date, the days to germinate, which I don't really care about that. I mean, as long as they germinate. Transplant date, which I'm assuming is transplanting them outside into your garden. Now, with potting up, if these plants get too big and you see roots sticking out, you need to pot them up in red Solo cups, bigger containers. You know, if you could take one of these and put it in a container like this, you have to pot it up and give it more room to grow. Once you start doing that, your seed production gets quite large. So if you seed things in here and you have 6 plants and they all need potted up, then you're going to go to 6 bigger containers. So if you have to do that across the board, you know, your area is going to go from this big to this big. So keep that in mind. Also, if you put 3 seeds, say we put 3 cabbage seeds in this pea pellet and all 3 come up, I can either thin them by cutting 2 of them off and then letting the one grow, or you could separate them and make 3 different cabbage plants by neatly, nicely, gently separating them and putting them in 3 different containers. Overseed, you know, if you only want to do two broccoli, but let's say 6 come up, then you can make 6 broccoli plants. You don't necessarily have to thin them. So that's a choice there. And this also says harvest date and notes. So I'm gonna try, but I don't know how it'll go, to see what works for me and what doesn't. I'm really kind of tired of trying to grow things that don't grow for me here. Certain things do, certain things don't, and I really need to learn what don't so I can quit wasting my time. So I'm gonna get to my seed starting and I'll let you see what it all looks like when I'm finished. I'm done planting my seeds and I wanted to just show you the little area of my house that I chipped away. To be able to do this, I'm probably also going to utilize the underneath of the table as I have more things started, and tomatoes tend to grow pretty tall. So let's take a look. Here it is. Here's the little area of my house that I have my seed starts. They are just under the grow lights. The grow lights are just a couple inches from the trays right now. And as they grow and require more room, I will move the chains up, and that will give them more room. That's all I have going on right now. They're just labeled and they're hanging out under there, and I will come in as needed and mist them with my water bottle. And that's that. So thanks for hanging out with me today while I began my 2022 garden year. And I hope that there's somebody out there that I help a little bit and who finds me entertaining. You know, I'm not for everybody. That's okay. And I just want to let you all know that if there's anything bothering you or weighing on your mind, give it a day or 2 or 3 or a week. And most likely every little thing is going to be okay. So you all have a great day. Bye.